Hello, wonderful friends. It's Rachel Archelaus here. Somebody sent me an amazing email, and I really want to get into every point that she made and offer my best advice for her. So if you've ever felt like you're not really from here, you don't really get it, you love people but they bug you, you don't know why they do certain things, sometimes you feel too empathetic, like you're being harmed by the energy of others, this is definitely the video for you. So grab a beverage, I have two, and just chill with me for a little bit. I'm gonna read the whole email, and that way we can know where she's coming from, and then we'll just get into each point as we go along in the video. I find myself struggling with being human quite a bit. I've never felt myself to be fully human. For many years, I've energetically shapeshifted to a specific animals, only to realize that they are likely other multidimensional bodies of mine. On another level, I've also felt a connection with not being from Earth, and recently I went through quite a few experiences that connected me to my soul group, which explains some things, but I still have a hard time giving myself the space to keep connecting with them. I'm currently in an apprenticeship group for intuitive counseling, and I feel like the people who struggle being in a human body are the people I want to reach out to because I've known many of them throughout the years. One struggle in particular is the ability to stay grounded. Like, part of me really doesn't want to be and wants to be out somewhere else all the time. Also, I get really depressed trying to figure out why humans are certain ways that they are. Like, even though I'm very empathic to what they feel, I still can't understand why they do some of the things they do. And because I still don't know how to protect myself from their energy, I get swept up with their stuff and then later find myself going, what the heck just happened? And then have to repair the damage in myself from it. These issues tend to be connected to the lower chakras, which I know aren't bad, but I've just always kind of struggled with them. That is a lot, and also probably really understandable, right? Even if you've never really considered yourself like multi-dimensional or from another planet, you've probably wondered why we're here and like if everyone is the same and, you know, felt like there were energy vampires around and stuff. Now, when I was younger, could really relate to what she was talking about. Almost like there was no barrier between me and another person. I felt everything. I was affected by everything. I thought it was my job to understand people. I didn't really get being grounded. I didn't really know why you'd want to be. Like, there's so much to see in the outer realms, and so why would you just want to be here? I'm not there anymore though, so I think I can really offer some good advice here. I think about these things completely differently, and it's much simpler now. It's much easier now for me to be a happy person. And so in part of her email that I didn't read, she acknowledges, I'm glad things are going so great for you and that you seem happy. I really truly am. It is not just a show for the internet. I mean, obviously my life isn't like 100% up happy all the time. I get sad about certain things, but when I'm not sad, I can't really remember why I was ever sad because of the law of attraction, which we'll talk about. Let's just go through it from the beginning, because if we don't, I'm never gonna stop talking. Okay, first part, I never felt myself to be fully human. For many years, I've energetically shapeshifted to specific animals only to realize that they're probably other multidimensional bodies of mine. Yes, probably true. We're all living in this now moment, right? Every single one of us is experiencing infinite realities in this one moment. We're focused here at the moment. This part of us is focused right here. And that's why we have this semblance of a continual life. But there's unlimited places we can be and places we are and bodies that we have and all sorts of stuff. I have experienced that as well. Like, I remember a couple years ago being in the shower and I looked down and I had like reptilian legs and a cross between like a frog and like some kind of lizard, and then I could kind of feel like the rest of me like being scaly, and it was really cool, a really cool experience. It didn't last very long, but I was like, oh, nice. I like that. I've had a couple other experiences like that, so I think I know what you mean. I would say to you, you're really not human, but most people aren't. So we're all from the same source. Every single one of us, same source. We all have access to the same information, the same energy, the same knowledge, the same everything. We all have that lineage of being all that is in that source bubble. We're all part of that. And the idea that there are like old souls and new souls and people are 100% from this planet and 100% not, I think that's just a story that we use here to differentiate ourselves. And that's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with feeling like an old soul and meeting someone and being like, you're a new soul. Like, that's fine. But when it comes down to the real truth of it, I don't go there. And that can be really helpful because it puts us all on an even playing field, right? We're all source beings. We all have the same potential. We all have the same connection. We all have the same power. And it's how we use it in our lives that determines our unique life. And it doesn't make any one of us better or worse than another person. Like, we all have the same DNA, essentially. We all have the same energetic coding. And it's just how we choose to live our life that differentiates us. And with being grounded, if you're more used to being on non-physical worlds, if you're living out a story here that you're not from here, like for instance me, I definitely feel multidimensional and can see and know like where other parts of me are. That's something I've chosen to include in my life journey here on Earth. And I also had a big struggle with being grounded. You know, for a long time I thought that if I was grounded, I would lose my psychic connection and my intuitive abilities, and like that would be diminished for me. But over the years, and thankfully to an early mentor of mine who used to ask me every time I saw her, are you grounded? Are you connected? I realized that being grounded only enhances that. It enhances all of my abilities. It enhances all of my enjoyment here because we chose to be here. We're choosing to be focused here right now. We're choosing to be on this earth right now, living this life right now. We chose it. Nobody else chose it for us. There's nothing saying we have to be here. My thought is now, well, I'm going to get the most out of this that I can. And the more grounded I become, the more joy I have, the more nuance I feel from this place, the more appreciation I have for everything that I get to experience here. And because I'm grounded, I don't experience the like what just happened thing anymore. I'm in my body, so I'm aware. I'm aware of what feelings are created by my thoughts and by who I'm around and by all of that stuff. So it takes out of the equation the whole what happened, I can't, where did that come from thing. Once in a very great while, I'll have one of those experiences, but it won't throw me as far as it used to because I know that I create everything, and we'll get into that more. But being grounded helps me be the best version of myself that I can be, the happiest version, the most productive version, the most like spontaneous version, because when you're grounded, you can also be in the moment. And I think you really need to be grounded to be in the moment because the moment is here. And if we're not in our bodies, we're not here. Basically, how I view our lives and creation is that our non-physical self is like the mastermind behind this world. What we intended before we came to this planet, before we incarnated, like had a body and everything, we intended a certain kind of life and we created it. We're creating all these things that we're looking at, this whole idea of living a life on Earth, right? And then we got into a body and we're now helping to shape this world with our higher self. So our higher self is seeing all the amazing, wonderful things about what we want and where we are and who we're interacting with, creating this amazing world. But we're kind of like the valve that is allowing things to happen. We are the ones directing the show. We are the ones saying, All right, give me more good stuff, give me more good stuff, or give me more bad stuff, give me more bad stuff. And it's all based on the law of attraction. So I even still feel like a little hokey talking about that because it has so many weird connotations, but it's actually completely cut and dry. Whatever we focus on, we experience. Basically, in a nutshell, how I climbed out of feeling like a victim and feeling like other people can really affect my energy or even damage me or, do harmful things, or the fact that I am somehow responsible for understanding other people or whatever. How I got around all of that, how I got around not wanting to be here, how I got around living in stress and survival mode, I couldn't even find that word for a while, is that I started focusing on only what I wanted. That's really the key. That's the key to everything. No matter if you think you're a multi-dimensional creature and you don't really belong here, or if you think you're 100% from Earth and you just don't know how to get along in the world. Focus on what you want to see. What do you want to experience? How do you want to feel? Because that is going to allow your greater non-physical energy to give you what you want because you're finally focusing on it. But if you keep focusing on other people, if they happen to be in a shitty mood and you stumble into that and then you're in a shitty mood, that's what you're creating. And that's why the what happened thing happens and you go away from that and you're like, what? Why do I feel so bad? Why are all these things starting to pop up in my life? It's about taking control of your own focus and energy and really directing it on purpose. I have this little sticky note here because it's just a reminder for me. Appreciation, that's really the key to everything. Whether I'm appreciating the game on my phone or YouTube or the work that I get to do or that making videos, I'm already getting higher just talking about it. That's really where I want to be. I want to be happy. I want to be high on my work and on life and what I'm doing. And the more I appreciate and be in a good mood and focus on that stuff, the more opportunities and ideas and circumstances come to me that match that. Like I was saying before, law of attraction, cut and dry, it's vibrational. It has nothing to do with writing lists and vision boards and mantras, except that if those tools help you focus in an unresistant way, then they can help you focus. Really, the key to all this is just, how do you feel? If you think about something that you want and you feel bad because you don't have it, then don't go there. It's not helping you because you feel bad. Find a way to feel good. Find a way to appreciate something, no matter what it is. Even if it's just you're looking out and there's cool mountains over there. Appreciate the mountains. Even if everything in your life is totally shitty, find something that makes you smile and go there as often as you can. And if you have so much resistance in your life that you're just not used to doing that, you can't get into a good feeling place for long enough, then really focus on meditating 10 to 15 minutes a day and just listen to some kind of white noise and focus on the white noise. That's really the easiest thing. That's what, Abraham-Hicks, all their recordings are an amazing resource, and they have stuff on meditation to stop resistance. Where you're at is great. You're developing awareness about who you are and what you like to do and what you want to do for work. And the only thing that's really throwing a wrench in all of that is that you haven't yet really taken control of your own energy. Don't worry about specifics. Don't even worry about being grounded yet. Just focus on, how am I feeling right now? Am I feeling good? Am I feeling at least satisfied? Am I feeling content? Am I feeling neutral? Those are all better than I'm worried, I'm stressed, I don't know what's going on. And I guess the second piece of advice is, other people are not your concern. And you can be a counselor and have that be your mentality. Counselors are there to uplift and share awareness and clarity. You don't have to be dragged down by the other person's issues. And in fact, that doesn't help them, right? So the empathy that you have is really admirable, but if you change your feeling in a negative way to match another person, you are then going there with them. You're not able to lift them up, and you're putting yourself in a lower vibrational state, so there you're going to attract more of that. So just think about that. What rung of the ladder are you on at any point during the day? Like when you're talking to a friend, or when you're working, or when you're by yourself. Are you in neutrality, which is fine? Are you in positive? Are you feeling good? Or are you down below where you're not feeling good? I would just be aware of where you are from now on, because like attracts like, right? Just remember that. If you're totally thrown off by the whole law of attraction thing, don't even think about that. Just think like attracts like. I'm a vibrational being. I'm a multi-dimensional vibrational being. And wherever I'm vibrating at, which is my mood is my vibration, I'm attracting more of that into my life. And so do I want to attract being thrown off and being in a bad mood because I'm listening to somebody else talk? Or I'm picking up on how they feel and feeling that way too? Is that really what I want to be? Or do I want to take control of my own energy and deliberately create a life of vibrational happiness, which creates physical happiness? So you can really leverage the fact that you know you're not just a human here, and make it easier for you to do all of this stuff. So basically, what am I saying? Just feel better more, feel better as often as you can, and be really aware of how you're feeling. That gives you many, many, many more options. And that helps you get grounded, and that helps you get into the moment, and that just like snowballs all of this stuff. But the first little snowball in this mix is being aware of how you feel and choosing to feel better. So let's see, is there anything more that I can add to this? The lower chakra stuff, again, that gets worked out automatically when you start feeling better, because that's all about allowing yourself to be here, allowing. When you feel better, you're more allowing. So just feel better and you'll get more grounded automatically. And I think that's it. So maybe this video wasn't as long as I thought, but it probably is. I don't even know. If this helps you get some clarity on where you're at, any of you, let me know in the comments below. Definitely subscribe. If you have a question like this, put it in the comments, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Super love. Bye for now.